Hi, everybody. Here we are with Olivia, Louise, Trent, and Vivi. And today we are going to talk about our next step in the Stories of Care project. The title is Here and There. And we are going to talk about what we see and hear and what we feel in our surroundings around us here at CARE, virtually because we're not in CARE, and here in our homes as well. So Louise, I'll give it to you.
Great. So it's good to be here with all of you, Olivia and Trent and Vivi and the rest of you virtually. So the first thing that we're going to do is just think about where we are right now, what your current surroundings are. So I'd like everybody on this call to just look around your space right now and just notice what you're actually seeing. I'm going to go first, so I'm just going to describe a few things that I see. One thing that I see is this painting here. It was painted by my grandmother. She started painting when she was 40 years old and was very prolific, put out probably more than 100 paintings. I also see an aloe plant that my neighbor gave me. It's looking a little sad. I need to give it some care. I see a wall hanging that my sister gave me at least 30 years ago now that I've always had in one of my homes. Um, I also see my computer and some lovely people on my computer that I'm getting to talk with. So would anybody else like to describe what they're seeing right now?
Okay, I can go first.
Okay.
So right now I'm actually surrounded by my own artwork as well. So I painted this one several weeks ago, and I'm surrounded by a lot of colors because I'm a painter and I love to mix lots of colors and get them ready for my next artwork. I also have my computer, my phone, and I have my sketchbook with me that I really love. And I just really like the feel of paper. It's just something that I really love. And this is my bedroom. It's so green. It's one of my favorite colors. It's really easy on the eyes. So those are the things I see right now.
Nice. Great. How about you, Trent?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the comfort of my own home right now. So I'm surrounded by, the usual furniture, I guess. I got a couch, a chair. As you can see, my walls are white. So thankfully, we have a big window right in front of me. So it kind of reflects everything. Similar to Vivi, I also have a lot of colors that come from my plants. I have a dragon tree, a Panama golden lime tree, which has like orange limes. They're small, but they're orange, so colors there. Spider plant, a bunch of cactuses, and yeah, that's about it.
Nice.
Thanks.
And Olivia?
Yeah, so I see my laundry actually hanging on the drying rack, which is waiting to be put away. And that's a sight because I'm in my home right now. I want to save some electricity and also be good for the environment as much as I can. So I dry my clothes instead of using a machine. I also see a bunch of colorful pencils that I have here in front of me that I'm going to use to do the project today. I see my furniture, a lot of my lamps. I also have a lot of plants in my home. So I like to look at my plants every day and water them and take care of them. And it makes me feel good to know that there's something living and green around me. And obviously, I see all of you on my screen.
Great. Wow. Sounds like you all have beautiful homes. Nice and cozy. So we're going to move to what we hear. And for this, you're going to need a few materials. You're going to need a blank piece of paper and a marker or a pencil. And it's just to take notes. Vivi, if you're artistic, you can make this as fancy as you want, drawing, or they can just be notes for yourself.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to close your eyes for 30 seconds. At the end of that 30 seconds, I'm going to say you can open your eyes, and then we're going to continue in silence for another minute.
Yeah.
The point of this is that you're going to listen to your surroundings. So by closing our eyes, we get to really focus on what we're surrounded with the sound. They can be sounds that are like that you hear, like that are inside your body. They can be sounds that are inside your room. They can be sounds that are outside your room or even outside. So whatever you're hearing, even if you're like, I hear silence, that's good. Okay? So you're going to be listening for 30 seconds with your eyes closed, and then a minute after that with your eyes open, and you can write or draw what you see. To help with the timing, when your eye, I'll tell you when to have your eyes open, but I'm also going to like show how much time you've got with my hands. So when my hands get together over here, that means that we're done.
Okay.
Okay? So we're all
Yeah.
ready to go? Okay, so I'm gonna ask you to close your eyes and listen for 30 seconds. You can open your eyes and start writing or drawing what you hear. You can take 10, 20 seconds to finish up. Okay, great. So how about I go first? So the things that I was hearing very much are about this place because I'm actually not in my own home. I'm in my parents' home. So I could hear my mom having a conversation on the phone upstairs. I could hear some birds chirping outside. I could hear Vivi drawing. It was great. Lots of sounds of the pencil on the paper, which is one of my favorite things. And I could also hear my own breathing. So you can see these are just my notes to myself, really just rough. And I could also hear some kids riding by on a bicycle just now. So would you like to go next?
Okay, I'll go next. So I can hear my own heartbeat, and sometimes my stomach makes a noise too. It's very funny, just in here. I think because I'm still hungry. I can hear the furniture moving around because I live with my family, and my sister and brother like sometimes moves around the chairs or the table because they're gaming downstairs. I love the sound of paper whenever it just goes up and down. My sketchbook loves to do that. And sometimes I can hear the cars and the buses on the road, not as much as before, but it's just something different every day. Yeah.
Nice.
So I'll show you my sketches, just the little objects that I hear. Here's the car, that's the book, the chair, things like that. Okay, I'm done.
Nice.
Nice. I'll go. So I took one of my earphones out so I could kind of hear both what's around me and then also what's going on, I guess, inside me. So similar, I could hear my heart beating, and also when I was breathing, I could like hear the air almost go into my body. Around me, I hear cars passing by. I live downtown, so that's a sound that's always around me. And then also too, my girlfriend, she's working from home, so she's actually in the next room beside me, and I could hear her talking to her coworkers.
Cool. Great. And Olivia?
Yeah, so I could hear the silence. I live in an apartment that is very quiet, so that's a good thing. But I don't often or hardly ever hear my neighbors. The only really sounds I can hear are those that I make myself or that are, from machines or the faucets. So I could hear a faucet dripping a little bit in my kitchen. It needs to be fixed, but yeah, I could hear the dripping of the faucet. I also just hear the silence. I sit down sometimes and just listen to what I can hear. And often I just hear the ringing in my ears because I have a little bit of a blocked ear right now. I could sometimes hear cars driving by. So I heard a car drive by outside my window. And that was all I could really hear. I mean, I was listening really hard, and I don't have any other machines or the radio on. And so, yeah, I heard a lot of silence today.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's a lot of silence in where I am right now too. I actually quite like it. It's a little bit surprising sometimes, but it's quite nice as well. There's a lot of space. So now I'd like to turn things to the there part of the here and there. So now turning to Care Center. Um, and I'm just wondering what you see and what you hear at Care. I've only spent, maybe 4, 5, 6 days at Care, and I really loved it. And what I remember from Care was big, bright, huge, sunny windows with sun coming pouring in, and all kinds of people. And one of the things that I remember hearing is Alain being so excited about listening to an Artie Shaw tune. So his voice is just, when he's excited and exuberant, he's just so enthusiastic. So that's a really clear memory of what I hear from Care. And you know Care very, very well, so I thought I would just pass this over to you. What do you hear and what do you see at Care?
So the number one thing that I always hear when we're at Care is laughter from all the caregivers and from all the clients. So there's jokes are not happening or laughter is not happening. So that's the number one thing that I hear at Care and I miss because I'm not there right now, and we're all in our own homes, and we're not together. So that's one thing I really miss.
Oh,
What about you, Vivi?
I actually haven't spent a lot of time at Care either because like I just started work there right before the pandemic happened, but I did have a lot of fun with everyone there. I remember Amanda's laughter is just contagious, and she has such a fun way of like bantering with the people, and she has such a good relationship with them that I'm just like, it really, like, I really miss it. And also I remember like Yoda's smile and her laugh as well whenever like I communicate with her through her eyes and I miss stuff, and she'd be like, silly girl, it's really funny. I remember how everyone is helping me, like navigating the environment, like teaching me how to make the food, how to do things with the participants. It's just really a warm environment, like the feeling of everyone coming together and creating, like cooking, making art. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I have to say, learning how to read Bliss with Yota and with a few of the other clients too, like that
Yeah.
was something that was really, I mean, so much fun, so much
Yeah.
like so interesting, and also just like that kind of like, okay, is that a 0? Wait, okay, wait, I've forgotten the numbers again. But yeah, Yota's good humor is really, really incredible. Really love it. How about you, Trent?
Yeah. Well, me myself, when I arrive, usually I hear chatter from a lot of the other coworkers. So whether it's in the staff room or in some of the classrooms, you can always hear people talking. It's always a good thing to hear. Or if I'm on door, just the clients when they come in, there's usually always them laughing, talking, asking how your weekend or how your night, day, whatever was. So definitely a lot of talking. And then what do I see? I noticed that Care has a lot of colors, whether it's like the artwork that's on the wall or decorations that's put up on the door. Even the blue curtains, something that always stands out to me. There's just so many colors there. So I think that's what I'd go with. The thing that pops out the most for me.
Great, nice. Kara is such a homey environment. It's a lovely place to be. So thanks for all of your things that you're seeing and hearing. There is one more step that we need to do with this project. Because it's a podcast, we need to have audio. So it would be great if you can record yourself on your phone, and you can just do exactly what everyone here just did. Talk about what you see and what you hear in your current situation, or what you see and what you hear when you're at Care. And you can send the audio file to Olivia.
Yeah.
Another way to do this is actually to phone either me or Olivia. So if you would prefer to do that, we can record you on our phone, and then we have the audio right away. So it can really just be a phone conversation about talking about where you are right now and about Care. Olivia?
Yeah, so just to remind everybody at home that it doesn't just have to be the participants of C.A.R.E., it could be their family members helping them, it could be past staff, it could be followers of C.A.R.E. social media that want to participate and be part of our podcast. Because at C.A.R.E., obviously, we're one really big family, and even if you came in or out of our doors, you're still considered part of C.A.R.E., so feel free to participate. Record what you see and hear, record what is in your surroundings right now, wherever it is that you may be, and then get in contact with us so we can get that audio file from you.
Okay.
Great. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to Olivia and Trent and Vivi for being part of this, and we'll be in touch soon.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.